Hey guys, what is up? Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Like and sub if you like what you see, and let's get right into it. So, I know we've already covered this and people already know about it, but Bakkt will be launching on September 23rd two physically delivered Bitcoin futures contracts, both daily and monthly. And what this means for the price of Bitcoin, a lot of people are bullish, and again, a lot of people share the same sentiment that now that, the state of New York, one of the most strict in terms of financial regulations, and regulations overall for the cryptocurrency space specifically, are really adopting cryptocurrency. This is validating the space. Now we have MasterCard and Visa also developing their own wallets, building platforms. Again, Bank of America with the highest number of patents on blockchain technology compared to any other group. We have interest in listing different financial products like futures and ETPs and ETFs for Bitcoin by TD Ameritrade as well. I am bullish as ever. Nothing has changed. Guys, it is always a buying opportunity. Again, whether it's, whatever you can afford in terms of your paycheck, whether it's, $20 a month, anything can go a long way because this is an appreciating asset. I did see Sarah on Twitter sharing something like, why would one save money in a bank account when all the government does is continues to print more fiat? And, that resonated with me. It makes a lot of sense. So that's why the majority of my holdings are in digital assets right now. I understand if it's a gamble. Again, this is not financial advice. Always, do your own research. Do what you feel is right. Make sure you can sleep at night. Make sure you can take care of your family and save your hard-earned money. But again, I'm just letting you know what I am doing at this time. And I am extremely, extremely bullish with, the news about Bitcoin. It wouldn't surprise me to see some growth. Again, I know futures contracts can, have a tendency to lower price. But for me, this is further validation. All right. Again, they've been working with the CFTC. We have everything we need to move forward. It got pushed back numerous times in the past. I know it was supposed to originally launch last year, and now we are almost to, Q4, really. So time is flying. But again, I think after Bitcoin and all, the proof of concepts and everything starts flowing well, it wouldn't surprise me to be seeing, Ethereum up next in terms of futures. So time will tell. And I'm curious if XRP would ever, have that type of adoption. Because I think, in my opinion, it'll really just serve as the foundational settlement layer for the entire global world of finance. And a lot of people might not ever hear of XRP per se. But we'll see. This time, this space is nascent and it's anybody's guess. Nobody knows the price. A lot of people ask me, how much XRP should I own? I cannot answer that. There's so many different factors, whether the country you live in, your goal, what you can afford. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is there's tremendous upside with XRP. You all know how bullish I truly am. I share viewpoints with Michael Zischek on YouTube. If you've heard his price predictions, long term, I'm not saying in a year, I'm not saying in a couple years, long term, I share his view in terms of how high XRP could potentially go. Granted, it's so early right now. This is where the money is made. It is a huge, huge risk, but I'm seeing partnerships. I'm studying the fundamentals. And, I'm very, very comfortable with my investment, but please never, never invest on my behalf or another YouTuber's behalf. Never, only invest based on your own risk tolerance and how much research you do. Get it from multiple sources. Decide for yourself at the end of the day. It's not worth it. I am very different from most people. And that's why I'm willing to, hypothetically, lose everything so that I can have everything to earn. I'm willing to have nothing, like truly. And I feel like that's the difference between me and most people. Not to brag by any means, it doesn't mean I'm better at all. Because, again, I'm just another guy working hard and doing what I can. But just wanted to share that and share a little personal thoughts from this channel. All right, next, XRP_Crow. And this is at Status. Again, visit his website. It is stedas.hr. Has all kinds of XRP infographics and guides. Great website. Great guy. Really appreciated for all the work he does in the XRP community. And again, this is an actual video that they shared of the one and only Ashish Birla, SVP of Ripple, explaining about XVIA and XRapid. So right here, XVIA allows you to use one standard connection to get all the benefits of RippleNet. And so Ashish Birla, again, I can't really play this video due to copyright purposes, but he's explaining that, today we send money, and he's showing this right here on the screen, using a very antiquated system. They're dropping money into an FTP server. They have to wait typically 3 to 5 days to even send the payments. Usually it takes months to set up as well, to set up this whole payment, setup. RippleNet, however, the software suite, the products of Ripple, will greatly improve the payment experience. XVIA, again, it's one standard interface for all of Ripple's products, using modern APIs to connect to the destination. However, there's still a need for Nostro and Vostro accounts tying up that money, but the benefit still of utilizing XVIA on Ripple is much faster processing, more modern APIs, connections, again, a step in the right direction. However, we're talking about XRapid. That is the secret sauce of the company Ripple. They have a vested interest in seeing the XRP ecosystem thrive. This is what they are working on. Again, XRP is not tied to Ripple. It's open sourced. It's truly decentralized versus, other consensus mechanisms such as Bitcoin with proof of work. And again, he's just talking about this business, and again, Xcurrent is really the next step. And then lastly, XRapid, where available in specific countries with XRapid partners, can move money on demand with XRP and pay out instantly. Not 3 to 5 days, instantly. What does that mean? Whether it's, 5 seconds or 2 minutes. That's a huge, huge improvement. We're able to free that dormant capital. You guys get the gist. And again, XRapid is only one use case for XRP, but it will be the first to build the liquidity, slowly build that price. And I think that the spec market will launch it shortly, along with other institutional adoption and the plethora of use cases that we'll talk about with Spring as well. But just wanted to share that. Next, quick quote that I found inspirational, shared by Tricky Mick on Twitter, and it's by Warren Buffett. What the wise man does in the beginning, the fool does in the end. And that is how I view us XRP investors, the XRP army, the XRP community. Because right now, the fool is going to end up catching us. Once XRP skyrockets and starts going up gradually, or, however the price may act, and this is just my assumption that we'll see, easily surpass the next all-time high, probably $5, $10. It depends how the market keeps correcting itself. But I'm going to see, higher highs, higher lows each and every time. That's my prediction. We've been in almost, a 20-month, almost 2-year bear market. This market acts like a rubber band, historically speaking. And I know that the past doesn't always determine the future, but history might not always repeat, but it often rhymes. And that's what I want to emphasize. So that's what I see. I see us as the wise people in this analogy. And again, the fool, maybe perhaps your friends, family, people that doubted you, that actually haven't done research and may have just watched some YouTube videos or, listened to one podcast or read a few articles. They didn't really understand how deep XRP, the ecosystem, really is. This is unbelievable. Really quick, just look at this graphic of, this is made by @XRP Center, and this is massive. I know we've shown this in past videos. I know other YouTubers have as well. But if you look at each group, and I highly recommend if you actually have time to nerd out, and if you're invested, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars into this asset, I'm telling you, it'll make you feel a lot better when you read about what's really going on in this ecosystem. Right there, we got JNFX, SendFriend, just, a fraction of what's really going on. All right, so let's kind of go over this real quick. So this is the XRP Research Center @XRP Center. And this is an update edition since December 9th of 2018. So some of this is older news, but some of this is actually very recent as well within the last month or two. And I want to cover this. This is very, very important. Again, so, we got, let's see. So we got, JNFX. We have some huge partners that came onto Ripple. We got Euromexim Bank, FTCS, and Transpago. And of course, in a recent article right here, Ripple, 5 more banks and financial techs or technology groups, fintechs, will use XRP, the cryptocurrency. As we can see, Ripple announced today, and this was in August of this year, 13 more FIs had joined RippleNet, which is huge. And now I know a lot of you are saying, okay, well, so what? It says right here of the, 200 clients of Ripple on RippleNet, it says, so these groups will use XRP to access on-demand liquidity. However, the other 8 will not. But that could be for numerous reasons, such as the XRapid partners aren't there yet. Perhaps there's regulations we're waiting for. Again, it takes time to set all of these up. But right now, we have corridors through Mexico, the Philippines. We're working on India. We're working on different parts of Southeast Asia. Singapore. I'm very, very excited for what's to come. So again, I just wanted to address that. As we go back here, and then we got some Spring investments. So just like, XRP Labs. So we know, the one and only Vite Vind, he's been a developer, a programmer on the XRP ledger, created the XRP Tipbot that we so, commonly use and love on, Twitter as well. And basically Spring came to him. We know this. They gave him a bunch of money to actually start, leading and spearheading his own initiative to help develop new technologies which are going to enable new forms of engagement between people and machines, such as streaming payments for electrical power. There's various types of use cases. Again, this funding is going to enable Wietse Wind, and his first name is Wietse. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's what I've heard him say in the past, to dedicate more and more time and resources to these projects. So it's great to see those incentives. We also have Raised in Space, acronym is RISE, right here. RISE will leverage Ripple's Spring to integrate blockchain and digital asset XRP, and this is in the music industry as well, so we're going another way. This is way beyond just Ripple, the private company. We're talking about expanding the XRP ecosystem. If you haven't checked out this website, by the way, xrparcade.com, highly recommend you do. But again, with the traditional music industry in need of innovation across the entire value chain, from creation, registration, distribution, fan engagement, touring and ticketing, monetization, Raised in Space will forge proactive collaboration between music and technology, with the investments ranging from $500,000 to $5 million. And again, Raised in Space will leverage its partnership with Ripple Spring to integrate blockchain and the digital asset XRP where it can most powerfully benefit and impact the music industry. You guys can check more information on their website and on Twitter, but very, very exciting to see these developments as well. Of course, Dharma Protocol, we got RippleNet integrators, so we have some other large groups as well. So let me see here. So again, for example, we got, UST Global. So UST Global Inc., digital technology services and solution provider. They are huge. They're based out of California. Basically, they have offices in various countries such as India, Mexico, UK, Philippines, which is another corridor, Singapore with the Singaporean dollar, Spain, Poland, Malaysia, everywhere. And they're in different, niches, however you want to pronounce it based on the country you're from. They're in other verticals and industries such as healthcare, retail, consumer goods, banking, financial services, different media, even insurance, logistics, transportation, manufacturing, you name it. So this is a great, great use case right here for RippleNet. And then right here, we have world's first complete global transaction banking platform, and it's IGTB. So they are big as well. We got probably the biggest one of all that I am most bullish on is Mojo Loop. And again, for those of you that don't know, let's click here. So again, this is an older article, but it is between Ripple and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation team up to level the economic playing field for the poor. So we got Mojo Loop, new collaboration by Bill and Melinda Gates will change that. Ripple, in partnership with some additional groups, is funding and supporting the foundation. So what is it? So a new interoperable system to bring the poor into the global economy, and it's leveraging the Interledger Protocol. Mojo Loop offers a way for financial providers, governments, and mobile network operators to simplify and reduce the cost of developing inclusive payment platforms. So for those of you that don't know, Mojo Loop, Moja is actually the Swahili word for one. So they want to create one loop of interoperability between all of these groups in these emerging markets, such as Africa. Many of them don't even have bank accounts, and there's a huge issue today. All right, so it's going to be creating an internet of payments in regions where it's needed most. You're going to hear about citizens that are being forced to use cash because since many of the financial providers out there in banks might not necessarily cooperate. Some of these citizens, like in the video of Mojo Loop, they explain that some citizens have to, use one bank to pay for their children's schooling, another form to pay for perhaps, energy consumption and utilities, and then other times they just have to use cash. And all these payment networks, there's too many loops, there's too many closed walled gardens, and they need to bridge that. So again, this is going to be huge as well to help the unbanked connect customers, merchants, banks, providers, government offices. This is really, really big. And again, right here, the CTO, Stephen Thomas, and again, this is the former CTO of Ripple. He's now moved on to Coil, which is web monetization. So it's going to be awesome for streaming payments. He quoted, "Enabling the poor to make payments to anyone, anywhere using a mobile wallet has implications beyond increased access to their domestic economies. It has the potential to bring millions into the fold of the global digital economy. We are honored to have been part of this project." And that is awesome, guys. So just understand, when you're invested into XRP, you are not just helping banks and FIs become more efficient. You're not just helping the internet of value for the rich. You are actually creating a level playing field. You're helping the unbanked. We have, millions of people in the world. I'll actually have to check the statistic. I wonder if it is actually much larger, since as India as well is a powerhouse. They all have mobile phones, but some of these regions don't even have access to banks. So again, with mobile phones, we're creating digital wallets. We see Visa, MasterCard, huge monsters investing millions and billions of dollars into infrastructure and building their own cryptocurrency wallets. if cryptocurrency is such a scam, why are institutions adopting it? Why are they talking so bad about it? It's because they're going to build the platforms, the infrastructure. When they have it all ready, they're going to send it out to us, and then they'll start talking about it when they're ready to make money and benefit. But again, it's still going to be helping other people. But I just wish that, people realize this. There's a huge upside in this. So Mojo Loop, it's going to, Loop, it's going to tie all these services together. Right now, these areas, are hit with, high costs due to very little interoperability. There's that keyword again, interoperating, right? That's what we are creating, the IOV, the Internet of Value. All right. And then let's see. And then right here, so we got acronym WOCCU. That is the World Council of CUs. And so that is the World Council of Credit Unions. It's one of the leading international trade associations for credit unions and different FIs as well. And in cooperation with its members, it's almost basically in 60 countries. They are absolutely massive, continuing to grow this movement of 75,000 credit unions and 109 countries that serve 260 million members. This is monstrous. This is not just some ICO. XRP is not just some ICO that has some success in one or two partnerships. This ecosystem is massive. We've gone over this in past videos, but I just want to emphasize, if you are invested in XRP, it is my opinion, not financial advice. You are responsible for your own decisions, that you are in one of the best, most undervalued digital assets in this space, period. Micropayment applications, smart contract use cases, the ILP to bridge use cases. We have Corda as well. We have, R3 is a monster is going to be pushing that for trade finance. I just cannot emphasize how huge this is. We have use cases built upon use cases, a network of networks within this. And XRP is the center of all of this to transfer the value as an agnostic carrier of value that is the most scalable, most secure, fastest, you name it. I am beyond bullish. I am reading more and more about the technology each and every day. I might go back to school and try to, get a, master's degree in blockchain as well, because I am pumped. And that's probably what I'll do when I, become a multimillionaire as well. But all right, guys, hopefully that was sufficient and helpful for you guys. I am super bullish, excited to see if we're going to see some more shakeouts in terms of price and hit lower price points. I'm not sure. But again, institutions are hungry. They will try to create that selling pressure, and Bakkt is on the way in about 1 month. So time will tell. It is anybody's guess. So with that, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel grow. I would not be here without you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be putting my heart and soul into creating more videos when I do have time. Again, it's hard, but I really appreciate everybody's love and support, and I'll see you in the next video.